Giovanni Battista Belzoni was a man of extraordinary strength and even greater ambition. His life was a testament to the power of determination and the pursuit of one's passions. Born in Padua, Italy in 1778, he towered over most at 6 feet 7 inches tall. His imposing stature was matched only by his larger-than-life personality and unyielding drive. Belzoni's early life was a colourful tapestry of adventure and enterprise. From a young age he was fascinated by the world around him and sought to make his mark in it. He trained as a monk but felt drawn to a different path. The monastic life, with its quiet contemplation, could not contain his restless spirit. Europe in the late 18th century was in turmoil. The continent was a hotbed of political upheaval and social change, providing a backdrop for Belzoni's own transformations. Belzoni travelled widely, reinventing himself as a strong man in a travelling circus. His performances were not just about brute strength, they were a showcase of his ingenuity and showmanship. He captivated audiences with feats of strength and hydraulic inventions. His innovative spirit led him to create devices that amazed and entertained people across Europe. Yet his curious mind craved more. The life of a performer, though thrilling, was not enough to satisfy his intellectual hunger. Fate intervened when Belzoni found himself in Egypt in 1815. The allure of the ancient land, with its rich history and enigmatic monuments, was irresistible to him. The land of the pharaohs, with its ancient mysteries, called to him. It was a place where he could combine his physical prowess with his intellectual curiosity. Little did he know he was about to embark on a journey that would change his life and the course of archaeology forever. His adventures in Egypt would lead to discoveries that would astonish the world. Belzoni's name would soon be synonymous with some of the most remarkable discoveries in Egyptian history. His legacy as a pioneering explorer and archaeologist would endure for generations to come. Egypt in the early 19th century was a land of opportunity for those with a thirst for discovery. Napoleon's expedition had rekindled Europe's fascination with ancient Egypt. The race was on to uncover its treasures. Belzoni, with his towering physique and unwavering determination, was perfectly suited for the task. He quickly became involved in the competitive world of antiquities hunting. He secured patronage from the British consul, Henry Salt, who recognized his potential. His first major assignment was to acquire a colossal bust of Ramesses II. This 7-ton relic, known as Young Memnon, lay abandoned near the Ramesseum at Thebes. Transporting this behemoth seemed an impossible feat. Yet Belzoni, with his engineering skills and sheer willpower, was undeterred. Moving the 7-ton bust of Ramesses II was a logistical nightmare, a challenge that tested the limits of early 19th century engineering and human endurance. The scorching desert heat, the lack of proper roads, and the sheer size of the statue presented formidable obstacles. The harsh environment was unforgiving, with temperatures soaring and the terrain offering no mercy. But Belzoni, with his characteristic ingenuity, devised a plan. His background as a circus strongman and engineer gave him unique insights into overcoming such monumental challenges. He assembled a team of hundreds of Egyptian labourers, each playing a crucial role in this Herculean task. They used palm tree trunks as rollers and levers to inch the massive bust forward. This method, though primitive, was effective in distributing the weight and making the statue movable. The operation took months of back-breaking work under the relentless Egyptian sun. The labourers toiled day and night, driven by the vision of completing this extraordinary task. Finally, against all odds, Belzoni succeeded in transporting the colossal bust to the Nile. This was a moment of triumph, a testament to human perseverance and ingenuity. From there it journeyed by boat to Alexandria and eventually to its final destination, the British Museum in London. The journey by water was no less challenging, requiring careful navigation and handling. This remarkable feat of engineering and determination cemented Belzoni's reputation as a legend in the field of archaeology. His success not only brought the bust to a global audience, but also highlighted the incredible achievements of ancient and modern engineering. Belzoni's exploits were far from over. His adventures in Egypt had only just begun, and he was determined to uncover more of its hidden treasures. In 1817, he set his sights on Nubia, a region in southern Egypt renowned for its ancient temples. This area, rich in history and mystery, called to him like a siren's song. His mission to locate and excavate the temple of Abu Simbel. This was no ordinary task. It was a quest that required both courage and ingenuity. This temple, carved into a sandstone cliff, was said to be buried beneath the desert sands. Legends spoke of its grandeur, hidden away for centuries. Guided by local stories and his own intuition, Belzoni found the temple's entrance, half submerged in sand. It was a moment of triumph, but the real work was just beginning. The task of clearing the entrance was monumental. The sheer volume of sand that had to be removed was staggering. Once again, Belzoni rallied a team of workers. These men, driven by the promise of discovery, worked under the scorching sun. They labored tirelessly, removing tons of sand by hand. Each shovelful brought them closer to unveiling the ancient marvel. Finally, the entrance to the temple, adorned with colossal statues of Rameses II, was revealed. These statues, standing guard for millennia, were a sight to behold. Belzoni's discovery of Abu Simbel was a sensation. News of the find spread quickly, capturing the imagination of people around the world. It offered the world a glimpse into the grandeur and power of the ancient Egyptian civilization. The temple of Abu Simbel became a symbol of the enduring legacy of Egypt's past. Belzoni's most celebrated discovery, however, awaited him in the Valley of the Kings. In 1817, he stumbled upon a hidden tomb. It belonged to Seti I, father of Rameses II. The tomb, untouched for millennia, was a treasure trove of ancient art and history. Its walls were adorned with vibrant paintings depicting scenes from Egyptian mythology. The colors were as fresh as the day they were painted. Belzoni meticulously documented his findings. He created detailed drawings and took plaster casts of the tomb's decorations. He understood the importance of preserving this fragile record of the past. His work in the tomb of Seti I set a new standard for archaeological documentation. Belzoni's thirst for knowledge led him to explore the most iconic monuments of Egypt, the pyramids of Giza. In 1818, he turned his attention to the Pyramid of Khafra. This pyramid, the second largest at Giza, had never been successfully explored. Undeterred by the dangers and difficulties, Belzoni discovered a hidden passage. He bravely entered the pyramid's depths. After weeks of painstaking effort, he reached the burial chamber. The chamber, however, was empty. It had been looted in antiquity. Despite the disappointment, Belzoni's achievement was remarkable. He was the first person in centuries to penetrate the secrets of Khafra's pyramid. Belzoni's adventures were not confined to Egypt. He explored the ancient city of Thebes, searching for the lost oasis of Siwa. He ventured into the heart of the Sahara Desert. He braved treacherous journeys and faced countless dangers, all in the name of exploration and discovery. His travels took him beyond Egypt to the Red Sea and even across the Atlantic to the Americas. Belzoni's life was a testament to the power of human curiosity and the allure of the unknown. His explorations, documented in his journals and drawings, provided invaluable insights into the geography, history and cultures of the regions he visited. Belzoni's work extended far beyond the realm of archaeology. He was a true pioneer, pushing the boundaries of human knowledge and experience. Tragically, Belzoni's adventurous life was cut short. He died in 1823 at the age of 45 from dysentery while on an expedition in West Africa. Despite his untimely death, Giovanni Belzoni left an indelible mark on the world. His discoveries in Egypt captivated the public imagination. He brought to light some of the most iconic treasures of ancient Egypt. His meticulous documentation of his findings set a new standard for archaeological practice. Belzoni's legacy extends beyond his individual discoveries. He helped to ignite a passion for Egyptology that continues to this day. His story serves as a reminder of the power of human curiosity and the importance of preserving our shared cultural heritage. Giovanni Belzoni lived in a time of great change and discovery. The world was opening up. Explorers like Belzoni were at the forefront, pushing the boundaries of human knowledge. His life and work offer us a fascinating glimpse into the past. They remind us of the importance of exploration, the thrill of discovery, and the enduring power of human curiosity. Belzoni's story is a testament to the enduring allure of ancient Egypt. It is a land of mystery and wonder. It continues to captivate and inspire us centuries after Belzoni first set foot on its shores. His legacy lives on, not just in the museums that house his discoveries, but in the hearts and minds of all who are drawn to the mysteries of the past. Beauty, a reflection of holiness. In the golden sands of ancient Egypt, beauty wasn't just skin deep. It was a reflection of holiness, a sign of favour from the gods. The Egyptians believed that a pleasing appearance indicated a pure soul. This belief permeated every aspect of their lives, from their elaborate rituals to their daily routines. This spiritual connection between beauty and divinity fueled the Egyptians' fascination with cosmetics. They weren't merely tools to enhance, they were sacred instruments to connect with the divine. Cosmetics were used to ward off evil, ensure good health, and appease the gods. In essence, applying makeup was an act of devotion. Cosmetics for all, a spiritual connection. In ancient Egypt, the pursuit of beauty transcended gender. Both men and women adorned themselves with cosmetics. This widespread use underscores the deep spiritual significance Egyptians attached to their appearance. Men, women, and even children painted their eyes with kohl, a dark pigment believed to ward off the evil eye. They believed that a well-presented appearance, regardless of gender, reflected a harmonious balance between the physical and spiritual realms. This belief fostered a society where cosmetics were not seen as frivolous, but as essential tools for spiritual well-being. The alchemy of kohl, a chemical marvel. This ancient cosmetic has fascinated historians and chemists alike for centuries. Of all the cosmetics used in ancient Egypt, kohl reigned supreme. It was more than just a tool for beauty. It was a symbol of status, health, and even spirituality. This dark, dramatic eyeliner wasn't just a fashion statement. It was a chemical marvel. The Egyptians believed that kohl had protective and healing properties, making it an essential part of their daily lives. The Egyptians created kohl by grinding and blending ingredients like galena, a lead-based mineral, with other substances like burnt almonds and malachite. This meticulous process required skill and knowledge passed down through generations. The galena gave kohl its intense black colour and acted as an antiseptic, protecting the eyes from infections. This was particularly important in the harsh, sandy environment of Egypt, where eye infections were common. The Egyptians believed that the almond oil helped to cleanse and soothe the delicate skin around the eyes. This oil was not only a cosmetic ingredient but also a skincare remedy, providing moisture and protection against the dry desert air. They also understood that malachite, a copper carbonate mineral, possessed antibacterial properties, further safeguarding their eyes from the harsh desert conditions. This green mineral was not just for colour. It was a crucial component in their eye care regimen, demonstrating their advanced understanding of natural substances. Kohl was more than a cosmetic. It was a part of the cultural and spiritual fabric of ancient Egypt. It was used in religious ceremonies believed to ward off evil spirits and was even found in the tombs of pharaohs, signifying its importance in the afterlife. Today, scientists continue to study ancient kohl, uncovering its complex composition and the sophisticated techniques used by the Egyptians. This ancient cosmetic remains a testament to their ingenuity and their deep connection to the natural world. Healing hues, cosmetics as medicine. The ancient Egyptians were pioneers in the use of cosmetics, not just for beauty, but for health and healing as well. The Egyptians' understanding of cosmetics went beyond aesthetics. They recognized their medicinal properties. They believed that beauty and health were intertwined, and their cosmetic practices reflected this holistic approach. The Ebers Papyrus, an ancient medical text dating back to 1550 BC, provides valuable insights into this aspect. This extensive document is one of the oldest and most important medical papyri of ancient Egypt, containing over 700 remedies and formulas. It details recipes for cosmetics that doubled as treatments for skin ailments and eye infections. These recipes were meticulously recorded, showcasing the Egyptians' advanced knowledge of natural ingredients and their applications. For instance, the Egyptians used red ochre, a natural clay earth pigment, not only as blush but also as a treatment for skin inflammations. This pigment was believed to have protective and healing properties, making it a staple in their cosmetic and medicinal toolkit. They believed that its natural drying properties could help soothe irritations. Red ochre was often mixed with other ingredients to enhance its effectiveness, demonstrating their sophisticated approach to skin care. Similarly, green malachite, apart from its cosmetic uses, was employed as an antiseptic for wounds and eye infections. This vibrant green mineral was ground into a fine powder and applied to affected areas, harnessing its natural antibacterial properties. This merging of beauty and medicine showcases the Egyptians' advanced understanding of natural ingredients and their therapeutic benefits. Their innovative use of cosmetics as medicine highlights a culture that valued both appearance and well-being, setting a precedent for future generations. Today, modern science continues to uncover the wisdom behind these ancient practices. Researchers study the compositions and applications of these ancient cosmetics, revealing their potential benefits and inspiring new approaches in both beauty and medicine. The legacy of ancient Egyptian cosmetics lives on, influencing contemporary beauty products and treatments. By blending ancient wisdom with modern science, we continue to explore the healing power of cosmetics, just as the Egyptians did thousands of years ago. From palettes to pots, the evolution of beauty kits. The Egyptians' love for cosmetics spurred a fascinating evolution in how they stored and carried their beauty essentials. Early forms of cosmetic storage involved simple, functional containers. Over time, these containers transformed into elaborate expressions of artistry and craftsmanship. One of the earliest examples is the Nama palette, dating back to 3100 BC. This ceremonial palette, used for grinding and mixing cosmetics, demonstrates the early integration of beauty and artistry. Crafted from siltstone, it depicts scenes of unification and power, highlighting the importance of cosmetics in even the most significant ceremonies. Tools of the trade applying ancient allure. The application of cosmetics in ancient Egypt was a meticulous ritual, requiring specialized tools. These tools, often crafted from materials like wood, bone and ivory, illustrate the Egyptians' dedication to achieving their desired aesthetic. Kohl applicators, for instance, were thin, elongated tools, often made of wood or ivory. These applicators allowed for precise application of the kohl along the lash line, creating the dramatic eye look synonymous with ancient Egyptian beauty. Small spoons, carved from bone or ivory, were used to scoop out ointments and creams from jars, ensuring hygienic application and preventing contamination. Status symbols, cosmetics, and social standing. While cosmetics were ubiquitous in ancient Egypt, access to certain ingredients and elaborate containers signified social standing. The use of makeup was not merely for aesthetic purposes, but also a reflection of one's place in society. The elite enjoyed access to rare and expensive ingredients, such as lapis lazuli, a deep blue gemstone imported from distant lands. This gemstone was highly prized and often reserved for the upper echelons of society. This luxurious pigment was used to create vibrant blue eyeshadow, a colour associated with royalty and divinity. The blue eyeshadow was not just a cosmetic choice, but a symbol of power and divine favour, often depicted in the art and statues of gods and pharaohs. The containers for these cosmetics also reflected social hierarchy. The design and material of a cosmetic container could indicate the owner's wealth and status. While commoners used simple clay pots, the elite commissioned elaborate containers made from materials like alabaster, gold, and precious stones. These materials were not only more durable but also more visually striking, making them perfect for showcasing one's status. These containers, often adorned with intricate carvings and precious jewels, served as status symbols, showcasing the owner's wealth and influence. The more elaborate and ornate the container, the higher the social standing of its owner. In many ways, these cosmetic containers were as much a part of the elite's identity as their clothing and jewellery, reflecting their place in the social hierarchy of ancient Egypt. Beauty inside and out. The ancient Egyptians' approach to beauty provides a fascinating glimpse into a civilization that valued both the aesthetic and the practical. Cosmetics were not merely superficial adornments, they were tools of spiritual connections, symbols of status, and even instruments of medicine. From the chemical ingenuity of kohl to the evolution of cosmetic palettes, the ancient Egyptians' pursuit of beauty left an indelible mark on history. Their legacy reminds us that beauty can be both powerful and purposeful, reflecting deeper cultural values and beliefs. It is a testament to the enduring human desire to enhance our appearance and connect with something larger than ourselves. Thebes, the heart of ancient Egypt. Nestled on the banks of the Nile, Thebes was more than just a city. It was the beating heart of a civilization, showcasing human ambition, faith and artistry. Join us as we uncover the rich history and significance of this ancient city, exploring its grand temples, its royal tombs, and its pivotal role in shaping the story of ancient Egypt. Thebes, even in its ruined state, whispers of a time when it was the religious epicenter of ancient Egypt, particularly during the powerful New Kingdom. Imagine a city alive with the sound of priestly chants, the air thick with the scent of incense burning in honor of Amun-Ra, the king of the gods. Here, within the colossal Karnak temple complex, the Egyptians paid homage to their deities in ceremonies of unparalleled grandeur. The temple, a sprawling testament to their faith, grew over centuries, each pharaoh adding his own mark to this sacred landscape. Luxor Temple, bathed in the golden glow of the setting sun, was a place for ordinary Egyptians to connect with the divine. Together, these two temples formed the spiritual heart of Thebes, a place where the earthly and the divine intertwined. The ancient Egyptians believed in a life after death, a belief reflected in the grandeur of their tombs. Just across the Nile, on the west bank, lies the Theban necropolis, a city of the dead as magnificent as the city of the living. Here, in the Valley of the Kings and the Valley of the Queens, pharaohs and their consorts were laid to rest, surrounded by treasures they believed would accompany them into the afterlife. The tomb of Tutankhamun, a relatively minor pharaoh, yielded a treasure trove of artifacts that captivated the world's imagination. But perhaps even more impressive are the elaborate tombs of rulers like Seti I and Ramses VI, their walls adorned with vibrant scenes from the Book of the Dead. Dotting the landscape are the mortuary temples, grand structures built not for the dead but for their memory. These temples, along with the royal tombs, stand as silent sentinels, guarding the secrets of Egypt's past. For centuries, Thebes was more than just a religious centre. It was the vibrant heart of a nation, the capital of a mighty empire. Imagine the bustling streets of Thebes during its zenith, a time when it was known as the City of 100 Gates. Thebes' rise to prominence began during the Middle Kingdom, when Mentuhotep II reunited the two lands after a period of division. He moved the capital to Thebes, laying the foundation for its future glory. But it was during the New Kingdom that Thebes truly flourished, reaching the pinnacle of its power and influence. Under the rule of powerful pharaohs like Thutmose III and Amenhotep III, Thebes became a metropolis, a hub of international trade and a centre of art and culture. The city's wealth was evident in its grand temples, its opulent palaces, and the luxurious lifestyle of its elite. Yet, even after losing its political dominance, Thebes remained a city of immense religious and cultural significance, a testament to its glorious past. Few sights on earth can compare to the awe-inspiring grandeur of the Karnak temple complex. Imagine standing before this colossal structure, its towering pylons reaching towards the heavens, a symbol of human devotion and architectural genius. Karnak was not simply a temple. It was a city within a city, a complex of temples, chapels and monuments dedicated to the Theban triad Amun-Ra, Mut and Khonsu. The hypostyle hall, with its forest of massive columns, is perhaps the most iconic image of Karnak. The construction of Karnak spanned over 2 millennia, with each successive pharaoh feeling compelled to leave his mark on this sacred complex. From the massive pylons and obelisks to the intricate reliefs and inscriptions that adorn its walls, Karnak stands as a testament to the ambition, ingenuity, and deep religious fervour of the ancient Egyptians. The story of Thebes is not just one of religious devotion and architectural grandeur, it is also a story of conflict and resilience. Thebes found itself at the heart of several pivotal moments in Egyptian history, times when the very existence of the kingdom was threatened. One such period was the Second Intermediate Period, a time of turmoil and division when Egypt fell under the rule of the Hyksos, a foreign power from the Levant. The Hyksos, with their superior weaponry and military tactics, conquered much of Lower Egypt, pushing the native Egyptian rulers south. Thebes, however, refused to submit. Theban rulers, seeing themselves as the true heirs to the pharaonic legacy, waged a long and bloody war against the Hyksos, a conflict that would determine the fate of Egypt. Finally, under the leadership of Ahmose I, the founder of the 18th dynasty, the Egyptians triumphed. Ahmose I, a Theban prince, drove the Hyksos out of Egypt, reuniting the two lands and ushering in a new era of Egyptian power and prosperity. Thebes, at its zenith, was more than just a political and religious capital. It was the cultural heart of ancient Egypt, a city alive with creativity and artistic innovation. Imagine the workshops of Thebes, filled with skilled artisans, sculptors, painters, weavers, their hands bringing life to stone, wood and fabric, transforming them into works of breathtaking beauty. The tombs and temples of the Theban necropolis offer a glimpse into this vibrant artistic tradition. The walls of these structures are adorned with intricate murals and carvings, each one a masterpiece that speaks volumes about the artistic skill and the religious beliefs of the ancient Egyptians. Theban artists and craftsmen were renowned throughout the ancient world for their skill. Thebes became a centre for the production of luxury goods, from exquisite jewellery and finely crafted furniture to colourful textiles and beautifully painted pottery. Thebes' rise to prominence was fueled, in part, by its strategic location. Situated on the banks of the Nile, the lifeblood of Egypt, Thebes controlled the agricultural wealth of the surrounding region. Thebes' location also made it a natural hub for trade. Caravans laden with exotic goods from Nubia to the south and Punt to the east converged on Thebes, bringing with them gold, ivory, ebony, incense and other treasures. The wealth generated by this trade enriched the city, filling the coffers of the pharaohs and enabling them to embark on ambitious building projects and military campaigns. The opulence of Thebes was evident in its grand temples and monuments, its luxurious palaces and the lavish lifestyle of its elite. Even the mightiest of empires are not immune to the tides of time. Thebes, for centuries the heart of a civilization, eventually experienced a slow decline, its power and influence waning as new powers rose to prominence in the ancient world. The first blow came in 663 BCE, when the Assyrian king Ashurbanipal sacked Thebes. The Assyrians, a ruthless and efficient military force, had conquered much of the Near East, and Egypt, weakened by internal strife and economic decline, was unable to withstand their onslaught. The sack of Thebes by the Assyrians was a traumatic event for the Egyptians. The city, once considered invincible, was plundered and burned, its temples desecrated, its treasures carried off to Assyria as spoils of war. Thebes never fully recovered from the Assyrian sack. Centuries later, under Roman rule, Thebes was again sacked, this time after a revolt against Roman authority. Thebes may lie in ruins, its grand temples and palaces reduced to rubble, but its story continues to resonate across the millennia. The remains of this once great city, spread across the modern-day city of Luxor, are now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a testament to their enduring historical, architectural and cultural significance. The Karnak and Luxor temple complexes, the Valley of the Kings, the Valley of the Queens, and the numerous other tombs, temples and monuments scattered across the Theban necropolis offer an unparalleled glimpse into the world of ancient Egypt. Today, Thebes is one of Egypt's most popular tourist destinations, attracting visitors from all corners of the globe. Thebes was more than just a physical city. It was a powerful symbol woven deeply into the fabric of Egyptian mythology and religious belief. The Egyptians believed that Thebes was the earthly counterpart of the primordial mound that emerged from the waters of chaos at the beginning of creation. It was here, in the heart of Thebes, that the god Amun-Ra, the king of the gods, was said to have first emerged, bringing light and order to the world. Thebes' association with Amun-Ra elevated it to a position of supreme religious significance. The Opet festival, one of the most important events in the Egyptian religious calendar, was celebrated annually in Thebes. Thebes, in the eyes of the ancient Egyptians, was a sacred city, a place where the boundaries between the earthly and the divine were blurred. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the ancient city of Thebes. From its grand temples that scraped the sky to the whispers of pharaohs in the Valley of the Kings, Thebes stands as a testament to human ambition, ingenuity, and the enduring power of belief. Abydos. The very name evokes a sense of mystery and ancient power, a place where history and myth intertwine. Located on the west bank of the Nile in Upper Egypt, Abydos is one of the oldest and most important archaeological sites in all of Egypt, a cradle of civilization. For millennia, Abydos has been a place of pilgrimage, a sacred ground where ancient Egyptians came to honor their gods and seek a connection to the afterlife. Abydos was more than just a city. It was a symbol of the eternal cycle of life, death and resurrection, a testament to the beliefs of an ancient people. Even today, standing among the ruins of its temples and tombs, one can feel the weight of history and the echoes of a civilization long gone, yet still present in spirit. For it was here, in the sands of Abydos, that the story of ancient Egypt began to unfold, a story that continues to captivate the world. Here, pharaohs were laid to rest, their tombs filled with treasures and offerings for the afterlife, ensuring their journey to eternity. And it was here that the cult of Osiris, god of the underworld and rebirth, took root and flourished, shaping the spiritual landscape of ancient Egypt. Abydos was never truly abandoned, its spiritual significance enduring through the ages. Even after its political and economic power waned, it remained a sacred site, a place where pilgrims continued to come to pay homage to Osiris and pray for his blessings, a tradition that persists to this day. Over the centuries, the sands of the desert slowly encroached upon the city, burying its temples and tombs beneath their protective embrace, preserving them for future generations. But the legacy of Abydos lived on, preserved in the myths and legends passed down through generations of Egyptians, a testament to its enduring influence. It was not until the 19th century that archaeologists began to excavate the ruins of Abydos, uncovering its secrets and revealing the splendor of this once great city, a city that had been lost to time. Today, Abydos is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, its temples and tombs a testament to the ingenuity, artistry and enduring beliefs of the ancient Egyptians, a legacy that continues to inspire awe and wonder. Abydos first rose to prominence in the pre-dynastic period around 3100 BC, when Egypt was in its infancy, a time when the foundations of one of the world's greatest civilizations were being laid. It was during this time that the first pharaohs, rulers who united Upper and Lower Egypt under their rule, chose Abydos as their final resting place, marking it as a site of immense importance. They constructed elaborate tombs known as mastabas, which were rectangular structures with flat roofs and sloping sides, built of mud brick and often decorated with colorful paintings and intricate reliefs. These early tombs were not just places of burial, but also symbols of power and authority, reflecting the pharaoh's divine status. They were filled with grave goods, including pottery, jewelry, weapons and even boats, intended to accompany the deceased into the afterlife, ensuring they had everything they needed for their journey. The tombs at Abydos provide us with invaluable insights into the beliefs, rituals and social structures of these early Egyptians, offering a window into their world. One of the most significant discoveries at Abydos was the tomb of King Giza, one of the earliest pharaohs of the First Dynasty, whose reign marked a pivotal moment in Egyptian history. Giza's tomb was a large and impressive structure surrounded by subsidiary graves for his family and retainers, indicating his high status and the reverence in which he was held. Inside the tomb, archaeologists discovered fragments of Giza's funerary equipment, including a fragment of his arm, which had been ripped off and placed in a separate box, a practice that remains a mystery. The presence of such elaborate tombs at Abydos suggests that the city was already a place of great religious significance in the pre-dynastic period, long before the rise of the pharaohs. It was believed to be the burial place of Webwawet, the jackal god of the dead, who was closely associated with the king and the afterlife, guiding the souls of the deceased. The association with Webwawet, combined with the presence of royal tombs, made Abydos a powerful symbol of death and resurrection, a place where the pharaohs could transition to the afterlife and join the company of the gods, ensuring their eternal life and divine status. As Egypt entered the early dynastic period, around 3000 to 2686 BC, Abydos continued to flourish as a necropolis and a center of religious activity. However, it was during this time that a new cult began to emerge in Abydos, one that would eventually overshadow all others, the cult of Osiris. The origins of Osiris are shrouded in mystery, but he is typically depicted as a mummified king, often with green skin symbolizing rebirth, wearing the Atef crown and holding the crook and flail, symbols of kingship and fertility. According to Egyptian mythology, Osiris was a benevolent king who ruled Egypt with his wife Isis. He taught the Egyptians agriculture, law and civilization, but was murdered by his jealous brother, Set. Osiris's death and resurrection became a central myth in Egyptian religion, symbolizing the cycle of life, death and rebirth. His story resonated deeply with the Egyptians, who saw in Osiris a promise of eternal life after death. As the cult of Osiris spread throughout Egypt, Abydos became one of the most important pilgrimage sites in the country, attracting countless devotees. Egyptians from all walks of life flocked to Abydos, hoping to be buried near the god Osiris, or at least to have their names inscribed on stelae or other monuments erected in the sacred precinct. They believed that proximity to Osiris would increase their chances of a favorable judgment in the afterlife. Pilgrims would offer prayers, sacrifices, and votive offerings to Osiris, hoping to gain his favor and ensure their resurrection. The pilgrimage to Abydos was a journey of faith, a chance to connect with the divine and seek solace in the face of death. The spiritual atmosphere of Abydos provided comfort to many. The influx of pilgrims to Abydos had a profound impact on the city. Temples and shrines were built to accommodate the growing number of worshippers. Cenotaphs, symbolic tombs that did not contain the body of the deceased, were constructed by wealthy Egyptians who could not afford to be buried at Abydos but wanted to be symbolically linked to the god. Abydos became a bustling center of religious activity, its streets thronged with priests, pilgrims and merchants. The pilgrimage to Abydos was more than just a religious duty. It was also an opportunity for social and economic exchange. People from different parts of Egypt would converge on Abydos, bringing with them their customs, beliefs and goods. The city became a melting pot of Egyptian culture, a place where ideas were shared and traditions were transmitted, enriching the cultural tapestry of Egypt. In ancient Egypt, the concept of eternity was not just a distant dream, but a tangible reality. The Egyptians built their homes, not just for the living, but also for the afterlife. They believed that the soul would continue to live on, needing a place to reside. Tombs were constructed with meticulous care, designed to last forever. These structures were more than just resting places. They were eternal homes for the departed. The walls were adorned with scenes of daily life, ensuring that the deceased could continue their existence in the afterlife. The belief in an eternal house was deeply rooted in their culture. Every detail, from the architecture to the inscriptions, was meant to provide comfort and security for the soul's journey beyond death. This profound connection between life and death, between the temporal and the eternal, is what made ancient Egyptian civilization so unique and enduring. Their houses for eternity stand as a testament to their unwavering faith in the afterlife. The stones of Abydos tell a story that spans millennia. Each carving, each inscription is a testament to the lives and beliefs of the ancient Egyptians. It's fascinating to think about how these stones have witnessed the ebb and flow of history, standing silent yet eloquent in their endurance. At Abydos, the gods were honored with grand temples and intricate rituals. The ancient Egyptians believed that Abydos was the gateway to the afterlife, a sacred place where they could connect with the divine. The devotion and reverence shown here reflect a deep spiritual connection that transcended daily life. Beyond the famous temples, Abydos is home to numerous other monuments that add to its rich tapestry. From lesser-known chapels to ancient tombs, each structure contributes to the overall significance of this sacred city. These monuments, though perhaps not as renowned, are equally important in understanding the full scope of Abydos's historical and cultural landscape. The legacy of Abydos is not just in its ancient stones, but in the wealth of knowledge it has provided to modern archaeology. Each discovery here has helped piece together the complex puzzle of Egypt's past. The significance of Abydos continues to grow as new findings shed light on the lives and beliefs of those who once walked these grounds. In many ways, the story of Abydos is still being written, one artifact at a time. Welcome to ancient Egypt, a land of breathtaking pyramids, mystical deities, and unparalleled innovation. But beyond the monuments and mythology lies a fascinating story of how the ancient Egyptians maintained their health and nourished their bodies. Wellness was not just a personal endeavor, but a cultural cornerstone, deeply intertwined with their spiritual beliefs and daily practices. Join us as we explore the remarkable world of Egyptian medicine and diets, uncovering the secrets of their holistic approach to well-being. The ancient Egyptians were pioneers of medicine, combining natural remedies with spiritual practices. Their medical knowledge evolved over millennia, influenced by their observations of nature and the human body. They documented their knowledge in papyri, such as the Thebes papyrus, which contains over 700 remedies and treatments, showcasing their extensive understanding of medicinal plants and their applications. The Edwin Smith Papyrus, one of the earliest known surgical manuals, highlights their advanced surgical techniques and anatomical knowledge. These texts reveal an intricate understanding of the human body and diseases developed through centuries of practice and study. Temples dedicated to Imhotep were not only places of worship, but also centers for healing, reflecting the integration of medicine and religion in their culture. These sanctuaries offered treatments that combined prayers, rituals, and practical remedies, evolving into sophisticated centers of medical practice. This holistic approach to health, balancing the physical and spiritual realms, was a cornerstone of ancient Egyptian medicine, influencing practices for generations. The ancient Egyptians relied on the natural world for healing. Honey was prized for its antiseptic properties and used to treat wounds, while garlic was a common remedy for heart health and stamina. Willow bark, a natural source of salicylic acid, was used to alleviate pain, foreshadowing the development of aspirin thousands of years later. They also excelled in treating physical injuries. Splints made from reeds and bandages soaked in medicinal oils were used to set fractures. For infections, they employed antiseptic poultices made of resin, honey, and even copper salts, which have antibacterial properties. Dental health was a significant concern. The Egyptians used tooth powders made from crushed eggshells and ash to clean their teeth, though they faced challenges due to the abrasive nature of their bread, which wore down enamel over time. Aloe vera was another versatile remedy, used to soothe skin irritations and burns. Poppy seeds were utilized for their sedative properties, helping to relieve pain and induce sleep. Juniper berries and their oil were used to treat digestive issues and as a diuretic. Castor oil was a common laxative, aiding in digestive health and relieving constipation. A balanced diet was central to Egyptian life. Bread and beer were staples, providing carbohydrates and essential nutrients. Bread was made from emmer wheat or barley, and beer was brewed from the same grains, sometimes flavored with dates or herbs for added nutrition. Their meals included vegetables such as onions, leeks, and garlic, which were rich in vitamins and believed to have medicinal benefits. Fruits like figs, dates, and melons were common, adding natural sweetness and essential hydration to their diet. Fish from the Nile was an important protein source, supplemented by poultry and eggs. While red meat was reserved for the wealthy or special occasions, ordinary Egyptians had access to lentils, chickpeas and other legumes for protein. Their reliance on whole grains made their diet high in fibre, which supported digestive health. However, the sand and grit from grinding flour often led to severe dental wear, causing pain and infections. Nuts and seeds such as almonds, sesame seeds and flax seeds were also part of their diet, providing healthy fats and additional protein. Dairy products like cheese and milk were consumed, offering calcium and other essential nutrients for bone health. Herbs and spices, including coriander, cumin and fenugreek, were used to flavour their food and were believed to have health benefits. Honey was a natural sweetener and was also used for its medicinal properties, adding both flavour and health benefits to their diet. The Nile River was the heart of Egyptian life. Its annual floods brought fertile silt, making agriculture possible. Crops like wheat, barley, flax and vegetables thrived along its banks, ensuring a steady food supply. The river also provided medicinal resources. Papyrus was not only used for writing, but also as material for wound dressings. Plants like lotus flowers and water reeds were incorporated into remedies for ailments, ranging from skin conditions to digestive disorders. The cycle of planting and harvesting was closely tied to the Nile's rhythm. This abundance allowed the Egyptians to experiment with a wide range of ingredients for both sustenance and healing. The Nile was also a vital source of fish, which was a key protein in the Egyptian diet. Advanced irrigation techniques allowed Egyptians to maximize their agricultural output. Medical knowledge was often recorded on papyrus, ensuring the transmission of healing practices across generations. The legacy of ancient Egyptian wellness lives on. Many of their remedies, like honey for wounds and herbal teas for digestion, are still valued today. Modern herbal medicine and essential oils also draw from ancient practices. Their understanding of nutrition and the connection between diet and health was far ahead of its time. Today's Mediterranean diet and healthy eating trends echo their principles. Their approach to wellness reflected their reverence for balance, or ma'at, the harmony that governed all aspects of life. This balance is mirrored in modern wellness practices like yoga and meditation. From the food they ate to the medicines they crafted, the ancient Egyptians demonstrated a profound connection to the world around them. This connection continues in today's natural remedies and farm-to-table movements. Beyond their renowned remedies and diet, the ancient Egyptians also practiced surgery with remarkable skill. They employed a variety of tools such as scalpels, forceps and probes, many of which have been discovered in tombs, showcasing their advanced understanding of medical procedures. Surgical techniques included trepanation, where holes were drilled into the skull to treat head injuries or illnesses, and the use of sutures made from plant fibres or animal sinews to close wounds. The Edwin Smith Papyrus, a medical text dating back to around 1600 BCE, provides detailed descriptions of these procedures, highlighting the Egyptians' systematic approach to surgery. They also practiced dentistry, extracting teeth and treating dental abscesses with precision. The combination of surgical skill and their vast knowledge of medicinal plants allowed them to perform complex procedures while minimizing pain and infection risks. The ancient Egyptians' contributions to surgery laid the groundwork for future medical advancements, demonstrating their ingenuity and dedication to the well-being of their people. In summary, the ancient Egyptians excelled in various aspects of wellness, from their innovative surgical practices and advanced medical tools to their comprehensive understanding of medicinal plants and balanced diets. Their holistic approach to health and medicine not only ensured the well-being of their people, but also laid a strong foundation for future generations to build upon. In ancient Egypt, medicine was deeply intertwined with magic and religion. Illnesses were believed to be caused by supernatural forces, requiring both medical knowledge and spiritual intervention. Priests, skilled healers, performed rituals to appease gods and expel spirits. Sekhmet, the lion-headed goddess, was revered in medicine. Her priests channeled her power through elaborate ceremonies. Thoth, god of wisdom, bestowed medical knowledge. Amulets and charms protected and aided recovery. Inscribed with sacred texts, they invoked divine protection. The Ebers papyrus blends spells and medical treatments. The heart was seen as the center of thought and health. During mummification, the heart was carefully preserved. Magic and religion ensured holistic well-being. This integration highlights the complexity of ancient Egyptian society and their understanding of the human condition. The diet in ancient Egypt varied significantly between social classes, reflecting wealth and status. The wealthy enjoyed diverse meals with meats, fish, fruits and vegetables. Bread and beer were staples, but quality varied by class. Commoners had simpler diets, mainly bread, beer and vegetables. Meat was a rare luxury for the working class. The Nile's bounty ensured basic foodstuffs for all. Feasts showcased wealth and reinforced social bonds. Food was a marker of status and cultural expression. Ancient Egyptian medicine was advanced and profoundly influential on later civilizations. Their knowledge of herbal remedies, surgical techniques and holistic health laid the groundwork for future practices. The Greeks adopted many Egyptian practices, integrating them into their own medical theories. Hippocrates drew inspiration from Egyptian medical texts. The Romans expanded upon Egyptian medical knowledge. Galen referenced Egyptian practices in his works. Egyptian medical papyri influenced both the ancient world and Renaissance scholars. Their emphasis on mind, body and spirit echoes in modern holistic medicine. The legacy of ancient Egyptian medicine continues to inspire contemporary practices. Understanding their influence provides a broader perspective on medical evolution. It highlights the importance of preserving and learning from ancient wisdom. Thank you for joining us on this journey into their remarkable world. Stay tuned for more explorations of the past. Explore more about ancient Egypt in our next episode. Like, share and subscribe to delve deeper into the mysteries of history. The ancient Egyptians created a civilization that thrived for millennia. This civilization was built on the fertile banks of the Nile River. The Nile's annual floods brought life-giving silt to the land. This allowed the Egyptians to cultivate crops and produce surplus agricultural goods. From the bustling marketplaces of their cities to the far reaches of the known world, the Egyptians were active traders. They exchanged goods, ideas and culture with their neighbors. Their pharaohs, considered divine rulers, invested in expeditions to distant lands. These expeditions sought valuable resources like gold, timber, and exotic animals. Join us as we delve into the world of ancient Egyptian trade. It takes us from the sun-drenched banks of the Nile to the distant shores of Africa and the Near East. In the heart of every ancient Egyptian city lay the marketplace, a vibrant hub of activity from dawn till dusk. Here, locals and foreigners alike converged to barter for their daily needs and exotic luxuries. The air was filled with the aroma of spices, the sound of haggling, and the sight of colourful textiles. Farmers brought their bountiful harvests of grain, fruits, and vegetables. Fishermen displayed their catches of the day from the Nile. Artisans proudly presented their crafts, pottery, jewellery and furniture. The Egyptians developed a system to standardize trade. There was a unit of value based on the weight of copper. It served as a common denominator for comparing the value of different goods and services. The marketplace was not just an economic centre but also a social hub. Festivals and religious celebrations often took place in the marketplace, adding to the lively atmosphere. The Nile River, the lifeblood of Egypt, was also its main artery of trade. Boats laden with goods sailed up and down its length. They connected the northern delta region to the southern reaches of the kingdom. But the Egyptians were not content to limit themselves to the Nile Valley. They ventured beyond their borders, establishing trade routes across land and sea that stretched as far as the Arabian Peninsula, the Levant and even Mesopotamia. Overland trade routes, often arduous journeys by donkey caravan, crossed the eastern desert to reach the Red Sea. Here Egyptian ships embarked on voyages to the land of Punt. Punt, believed to be located in present-day Somalia, was a source of exotic goods highly prized by the Egyptians: incense, ebony, ivory, gold, and even live baboons. These international trade routes were not without their dangers, yet the lure of profit and the desire for exotic goods fueled the Egyptians' adventurous spirit, making them adept sailors and shrewd traders. The Old Kingdom period, around 2686 to 2181 BCE, marked the emergence of a powerful centralized state in Egypt. During this era, the pharaohs consolidated their power and embarked on ambitious building projects, most notably the pyramids of Giza. These monumental structures stand as a testament to the pharaoh's authority and the economic prosperity of the Old Kingdom. Trade played a crucial role in fueling this economic growth. The pharaohs controlled all aspects of trade. They sent expeditions to distant lands in search of valuable resources. Timber from the cedar forests of Lebanon was essential for constructing ships, temples, and tombs. Gold, mined in the Nubian desert to the south, became synonymous with the pharaoh's power and divinity. The Old Kingdom laid the foundation for Egypt's future economic dominance. It established the systems and networks that would allow subsequent dynasties to further expand trade and secure Egypt's place as a major power in the ancient world. The Middle Kingdom, around 2055 to 1650 BCE, witnessed a resurgence of Egyptian power after a period of political instability. The pharaohs of this era focused on expanding their influence southwards into Nubia. Nubia, a region rich in gold, became a primary target for Egyptian expeditions. Gold played a central role in the Egyptian economy and belief system. It was considered the flesh of the gods, and possessing it was a sign of divine favor. The Egyptians established trading posts and fortresses along the Nile to secure their access to Nubian gold mines. They also developed sophisticated mining techniques to extract the precious metal from the earth. Nubian gold fueled the Middle Kingdom's prosperity. However, the Egyptians' desire for Nubian gold also led to conflict. These campaigns were costly and bloody, but they ultimately secured Egypt's dominance over Nubia and its valuable resources. The New Kingdom, around 1550 to 1069 BCE, marked the zenith of Egyptian power and prosperity. During this era, the Egyptian Empire reached its greatest territorial extent, stretching from Nubia in the south to Syria in the north. This expansion brought immense wealth and luxury goods into Egypt, transforming its culture and economy. The pharaohs of the New Kingdom launched ambitious military campaigns. These campaigns brought vast territories under Egyptian control and opened up new trade routes. Egyptian armies returned from their conquests laden with booty, gold, silver, precious stones, exotic animals, and even slaves. Trade with distant lands flourished during the New Kingdom. Egyptian ships sailed the Mediterranean, reaching the shores of Greece, Anatolia, and the Levant. These exotic goods became status symbols among the Egyptian elite, further stimulating trade and cultural exchange. The New Kingdom was an era of unprecedented wealth and luxury in ancient Egypt. The ancient Egyptians were renowned for their ambitious engineering projects, and the Canal of the Pharaohs stands as a testament to their ingenuity and determination. This ambitious waterway, also known as the Canal of the Seas, was an attempt to connect the Nile River to the Red Sea, creating a direct trade route between Egypt and the East. The first attempt to construct the canal is credited to Pharaoh Senusret, the third of the 12th dynasty, around 1878 to 1839 BCE. However, it was Pharaoh Necho II of the 26th dynasty, around 610 to 595 BCE, who is often associated with the canal's completion. The canal was a remarkable feat of engineering for its time. It stretched for over 100 miles, linking the Nile River to the Bitter Lakes, which were then connected to the Red Sea. The canal facilitated trade and transportation between Egypt and the East. It allowed Egyptian ships to bypass the treacherous journey around the Sinai Peninsula, reducing travel time and risks. However, the canal was not without its challenges. Despite its intermittent use, the Canal of the Pharaohs stands as a testament to the ancient Egyptians' vision and engineering prowess. The once mighty Egyptian empire did not last forever. Political instability, internal strife, and the rise of new powers in the region gradually eroded Egyptian dominance. By the late period, around 747 to 332 BCE, Egypt was a shadow of its former self, its economy weakened and its trade networks disrupted. The decline of Egyptian trade was due to a combination of factors. Internally, political instability and internal conflicts weakened the central government's control over trade routes and resources. The rise of independent kingdoms in Nubia further disrupted trade to the south. External pressures also played a role. The emergence of new powers, such as the Assyrians, Babylonians and Persians, challenged Egyptian hegemony in the Near East. The decline of Egyptian trade had a profound impact on the empire's economy and society. The decline of Egyptian trade marked the end of an era. The story of ancient Egyptian trade is a testament to the ingenuity, resourcefulness and ambition of this remarkable civilization. From the bustling marketplaces of their cities to the far reaches of the known world, the Egyptians were active traders. They exchanged goods, ideas and culture with their neighbors. The legacy of ancient Egyptian trade is still felt today. The Egyptians developed complex systems of trade and diplomacy. They created innovative technologies for transportation and navigation. They established trade routes that connected distant lands and cultures. These innovations laid the groundwork for the development of international trade in the centuries that followed. Though the pharaohs and pyramids may be long gone, the spirit of trade that animated ancient Egypt continues to inspire us today. As we navigate the complexities of global trade in the 21st century, we can learn valuable lessons from the ancient Egyptians who mastered the art of trade and left an indelible mark on the world. Deep in the heart of Nubia, where the Nile River flows through the sands of time, lies a land steeped in history and mystery. This ancient region with its vast deserts and fertile riverbanks has been a cradle of civilization for millennia. Here stand the colossal temples of Abu Simbel, a marvel of ancient engineering and artistry. These towering monuments, carved directly into the sandstone cliffs, are guarded by 4 colossal statues of Ramesses II. Each statue, with its intricate details and imposing presence, tells the story of a time when pharaohs ruled with divine authority. Their imposing figures, each reaching over 65 feet in height, have captivated travelers and explorers for centuries. These statues are not just stone carvings, they are a testament to the grandeur and ambition of ancient Egypt. Abu Simbel is more than just a temple complex. It's a testament to the power and ambition of one of ancient Egypt's most celebrated pharaohs. The walls of the temples are adorned with intricate hieroglyphics and carvings that depict the might and achievements of Ramesses II. The temple's location was strategically chosen. Nestled on the border between Egypt and Nubia, it served as a sentinel, watching over the lands and resources that were vital to the kingdom's prosperity. It sits on the border between Egypt and Nubia, a region rich in gold and other resources. The Nile River, flowing serenely nearby, was a lifeline, providing water, transportation and sustenance to the people of this ancient land. The imposing facade served as a powerful statement to any who dared to enter Egypt's southern frontier. It was a declaration of strength and a warning to potential invaders. It declared the might and authority of Rameses II, reminding all of his dominion over these lands. The inscriptions and carvings are not just decorative, they are a chronicle of a ruler's legacy, etched in stone for eternity. As the sun sets over Abu Simbel, casting long shadows over the statues, one can't help but feel a sense of awe. The guardians of Nubia stand as silent sentinels, watching over the land and its people, a reminder of a glorious past that continues to inspire and captivate. Under the starlit sky, the temples of Abu Simbel come alive with a mystical glow. The guardians of Nubia, bathed in the soft light, seem almost ethereal, as if whispering the secrets of the ages to those who listen. Visitors from around the world come to witness this marvel, their faces reflecting the wonder and admiration that these ancient guardians inspire. The legacy of Rameses II and the grandeur of Abu Simbel continue to leave an indelible mark on all who behold them. Rameses II, who reigned from 1279 to 1213 BC, is considered one of Egypt's greatest pharaohs. His reign was marked by ambitious building projects, military campaigns, and a flourishing of art and culture. Abu Simbel, his most impressive architectural achievement, was intended to immortalize his legacy and honor the gods of ancient Egypt. Over time, the sands of the desert swallowed Abu Simbel. The temples lay forgotten for centuries, their existence known only through local legends. Then, in 1813, Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt stumbled upon the site. He was captivated by the sight of the colossal statues peeking out from beneath the sand. A monumental rescue, the Great Relocation. In the 1960s, the construction of the Aswan High Dam posed a significant threat to Abu Simbel. The rising waters of Lake Nasser, the reservoir created by the dam, would have submerged the temples entirely.
To save this ancient wonder, UNESCO launched an unprecedented international rescue operation. The temples were carefully cut into massive blocks, each weighing between 20 and 30 tons. These blocks were then transported and reassembled on higher ground 200 feet above the original site.
The relocation was a remarkable feat of engineering and international cooperation, ensuring the preservation of Abu Simbel for generations to come. The temples of Abu Simbel are not just architectural marvels, they are a testament to the grandeur and ambition of ancient Egyptian civilization. Nestled on the western bank of Lake Nasser, these temples have stood the test of time, witnessing the rise and fall of empires. Abu Simbel consists of two temples. These monumental structures were originally carved out of the mountainside during the reign of Pharaoh Ramesses II in the 13th century BC. They were intended to demonstrate the power and divine nature of the pharaoh. The larger temple, the Great Temple, is dedicated to Ramesses II himself, as well as the gods Amun, Ra-Horakhti and Ptah. The facade of the Great Temple is dominated by four colossal statues of Ramesses II, each standing over 20 meters tall, gazing out across the desert. The interior is a labyrinth of halls and chambers adorned with intricate reliefs and towering statues. These halls were designed to impress and inspire awe, with every surface covered in detailed carvings that tell the story of Ramesses II's reign and his divine right to rule.
The small temple, is dedicated to Ramesses II's beloved wife, Queen Nefertari, and the goddess Hathor. This temple is equally impressive, with its own set of statues and carvings that celebrate the queen's beauty and grace. The walls of both temples are covered in detailed carvings. These carvings are not just decorative, they are a visual record of the beliefs, achievements, and daily life of the ancient Egyptians. These carvings depict scenes from Ramesses II's reign, including his military victories, religious ceremonies, and family life. They provide a glimpse into the world of ancient Egypt, showing us the pharaoh's prowess in battle, his devotion to the gods, and his role as a family man.
The vibrant colours, miraculously preserved for millennia, bring these ancient stories to life. The hues of red, blue, yellow and green are as vivid today as they were thousands of years ago, allowing us to connect with the past in a way that words alone cannot convey. As we explore these temples, we are not just looking at stone and paint. We are stepping into a world that has been carefully crafted to honour the gods and immortalise the legacy of one of Egypt's greatest pharaohs. One of the most remarkable features of Abu Simbel is its astronomical alignment. Twice a year, on February 22nd and October 22nd, the rising sun penetrates the great temple's inner sanctuary. The sunlight illuminates the statues of Rameses II and the gods Amun and Ra-Horakhti, bathing them in a golden glow. This phenomenon, a testament to the ancient Egyptians' advanced understanding of astronomy, is believed to have coincided with significant events in Rameses II's reign, such as his coronation or the start of the harvest season. The story of Abu Simbel is one of survival against all odds. Over the millennia, the temples have withstood the ravages of time, including natural disasters such as sandstorms and earthquakes. Yet they have remained remarkably well preserved, a testament to the skill and dedication of the ancient builders. From its creation by a powerful pharaoh to its rediscovery by intrepid explorers and its ultimate relocation to escape the rising waters, the history of Abu Simbel is a tale of human ingenuity and perseverance. The temples are a source of inspiration, reminding us of the incredible achievements of the past and the importance of preserving our cultural heritage. It serves as a powerful reminder of the enduring legacy of ancient Egypt and the importance of preserving our shared cultural heritage for generations to come. The ongoing preservation efforts at Abu Simbel ensure that this remarkable site will continue to inspire and educate people for many years to come. As we look to the future, we must remain committed to protecting and celebrating the rich history and cultural achievements of our ancestors. Ancient Egypt, a civilization that has fascinated historians, archaeologists and the general public for centuries. The land of pharaohs and pyramids, a place where the sands of time have preserved the grandeur of a bygone era, a place full of mystery and wonder. The ancient ruins whisper tales of gods and kings, of life and death. But behind the giant monuments and strange hieroglyphs, ancient Egypt had a vibrant musical tradition. Music was an integral part of their daily lives. Music was everywhere in this ancient civilization, from simple homes to grand temples. It was a universal language that transcended social classes. Imagine the sun rising over the Nile River, shining on the fields, the gentle hum of the river, the rustling of the reeds, and the distant sound of a flute. Farmers work in their fields, singing ancient songs. These songs were not just for entertainment. They were a way to pass down stories and traditions. In the busy marketplace, musicians play happy tunes, and their music mixes with the sounds of people buying and selling. The marketplace was a hub of activity, and music added to its vibrancy. Inside the temples, priests performed rituals, singing hymns and playing sacred instruments. These rituals were believed to connect them with the divine. Music wasn't just art in ancient Egypt, it was a big part of their lives. It was woven into the fabric of their society. It showed their happiness and sadness, their beliefs and hopes. Music was a reflection of their emotions and their world-view. It connected them to their gods and celebrated life and death. Music was a bridge between the mortal and the divine. Join us as we travel back in time to explore the music of ancient Egypt. We'll delve into the sounds that echoed through the temples and marketplaces. We'll discover their instruments and learn about their musical traditions. From the simple reed flutes to the elaborate harps, Each instrument had its own story. This picture shows us the musical culture of ancient Egypt. The wall paintings are a testament to the importance of music in their society. We see musicians playing harps, their fingers deftly plucking the strings to create melodies that have been lost to time. Flutes, their breath giving life to the music, and drums, the heartbeat of their songs. They look skilled and passionate. Their expressions show a deep connection to their craft. This scene reminds us that music was important to them. It was present in their celebrations, their rituals and their daily lives. It brought them joy, comfort and a connection to their gods. Music was the soul of ancient Egypt, a timeless echo of a civilization that continues to captivate us. Music wasn't just for rich people or religious ceremonies in ancient Egypt. Everyone enjoyed music. It was a universal language that transcended social classes and was deeply embedded in the fabric of their daily lives. From the grand palaces of the pharaohs to the humble homes of the common folk, music resonated through the air, bringing joy and solace to all who heard it. It was part of everyday life and all kinds of activities. Whether people were working, relaxing or celebrating, music was always present. It was as essential to their lives as the Nile River, providing a rhythm to their daily routines and marking the passage of time with its melodies. From working in the fields to celebrating at festivals, music was always there. Farmers would sing as they sowed and harvested their crops, their songs echoing across the fertile lands. These melodies not only made the hard work more bearable, but also synchronized their efforts, making the labor more efficient and harmonious. Think about the hard work of building the pyramids, those huge monuments that we still marvel at today. The construction of these colossal structures required immense physical effort and coordination. Music played a crucial role in this process, helping to maintain the workers' morale and keep them in sync. The work was tough, but the workers sang together. Their voices, rising in unison, created a powerful sense of camaraderie and shared purpose. These songs were not just about passing the time, they were a vital part of the work itself, providing a steady rhythm for the labourers to follow. Their voices, rising and falling, gave them a sense of unity and purpose. The melodies and rhythms helped to coordinate their movements, ensuring that each stone was placed with precision and care. This musical collaboration was a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of the ancient Egyptians. These work songs, passed down from parents to children, helped them work together and kept them going. They were a living tradition, a way of preserving the knowledge and skills of previous generations. Through these songs, the wisdom of the past was carried forward, ensuring that each new generation was equipped to face the challenges of their time. In the busy marketplaces where people sold things and met friends, music created a lively atmosphere. The sounds of merchants calling out their wares, the chatter of customers and the melodies of street musicians blended together to create a vibrant and dynamic soundscape. Musicians, both good and not so good, played their instruments, filling the air with music that attracted crowds. These performers were an integral part of the market experience, drawing people in with their tunes and adding to the overall energy and excitement of the place. Drums, flutes and harps all played together, making the marketplace a fun and exciting place. Each instrument added its own unique flavour to the mix, creating a rich tapestry of sound that reflected the diversity and creativity of ancient Egyptian culture. Festivals and celebrations always had music in ancient Egypt. These events were a time for the community to come together, to celebrate their achievements and to honour their gods. Music was at the heart of these gatherings, providing a soundtrack for the festivities and enhancing the sense of joy and togetherness. These happy events, often celebrating the harvest or honouring their gods, were full of music and dancing. The rhythms of the drums and the melodies of the flutes set the pace for the dancers, who moved with grace and exuberance. These celebrations were a testament to the vitality and spirit of the ancient Egyptians. Imagine a festival for Hathor, the goddess of love, music and joy. The streets would be filled with people, all dressed in their finest clothes, ready to celebrate and give thanks. The air would be alive with the sounds of music and laughter as people danced and sang in honor of the goddess. The air would be filled with the smell of incense, and the streets would be crowded with people in colorful clothes dancing to the music. The vibrant colors and the joyful sounds created an atmosphere of celebration and reverence, a perfect reflection of the ancient Egyptians' love for life and their deep connection to their gods. Whether it was the singing of workers, the music in the marketplace, or the happy melodies of festivals, music was always with the ancient Egyptians. It was a constant presence, a source of comfort and joy that accompanied them through all the ups and downs of life. It comforted them when times were hard, made their happy times even better, and connected them to the world around them. Music was a bridge between the human and the divine, a way of expressing their deepest emotions and their highest aspirations. This picture from a tomb shows us a party in ancient Egypt. The scene is filled with life and energy, capturing a moment of joy and celebration that has been preserved for thousands of years. We see musicians entertaining guests. Their presence at the party highlights the importance of music in social gatherings, providing entertainment and enhancing the overall experience for everyone involved. The details of their instruments, how they sit, and even their faces show us how important music was to their parties. These images give us a glimpse into the past, revealing the central role that music played in the lives of the ancient Egyptians, from the grandest festivals to the most intimate gatherings. Ancient Egyptians didn't just see music as entertainment, it was woven into the very fabric of their daily lives and spiritual practices. It was very important to their religion, serving as a bridge between the mortal and the divine. They believed music connected them to their gods, creating a sacred soundscape that facilitated communication with the divine. They even believed some gods created music, attributing the origins of melodies and rhythms to divine inspiration. Hathor, the cow goddess, was connected to music, dance, and joy. She was often depicted with a sistrum, a musical instrument that symbolized her role as a goddess of music. They believed her music was magical and could make both gods and people happy, bringing joy and harmony to the world. Bes, the dwarf god, often shown with a mask and a musical instrument, protected homes and was a patron of music and dance. His presence was believed to ward off evil spirits and bring good fortune. These gods show us how important music was to their religion, as it was intertwined with their beliefs and daily practices. Temples were filled with music, especially during religious ceremonies. The sound of instruments and chanting created an atmosphere of reverence and devotion. Priests, who were often skilled musicians, played music to honor the gods, ask for their help, and keep them happy. Their musical performances were seen as offerings, a way to gain favor and ensure the gods' blessings. The sistrum, a kind of rattle, was often played by goddesses. Its distinctive sound was believed to have protective qualities. They believed its shaking sound kept away evil and brought divine protection, creating a sacred space free from negative influences. Playing music was a sacred duty, a way to talk to the gods and keep the world in balance. It was an essential part of their religious rituals and ceremonies. Musicians, especially those in temples, were important people. They were highly respected and their skills were considered divine gifts. Their skills were seen as gifts from the gods, and their music was a way to honor these divine gifts. Their music wasn't just entertainment, it was a way to pray and offer gifts to the heavens. Each note and rhythm was a form of worship, a way to connect with the divine. The importance of music in ancient Egyptian religion reminds us of the power of music. It was a tool for spiritual connection, a means to express faith, and a way to find comfort in the mysteries of life. It can connect us to something bigger than ourselves, transcending the mundane and touching the divine. Their beliefs, though different from ours, show us how music has always been used to express faith, find comfort, and celebrate the mysteries of the universe. The melodies and rhythms of ancient Egypt continue to echo through time, reminding us of the timeless connection between music and spirituality. This beautiful sistrum, with its carvings and sacred pictures, shows us how much they respected their instruments. Each instrument was not just a tool, but a sacred object imbued with spiritual significance. The shaking of this instrument inside a temple would have created a feeling of awe and reverence, connecting people to their gods. The sound resonated through the sacred halls, a reminder of the divine presence in their lives. A palace for antiquities, the genesis of the Egyptian Museum. The Egyptian Museum in Cairo stands as a testament to a civilization that captivated the world for millennia. Its story began in the mid-19th century, a time when Egypt witnessed a resurgence of interest in its ancient past. Auguste Mariette, a French archaeologist, played a pivotal role. Mariette, alarmed by the plundering of ancient sites, advocated for the preservation of Egypt's heritage. His vision materialized in 1858 with the establishment of the Antiquities Service, the precursor to the museum. Housed initially in a modest building near the Boulak district, the collection grew rapidly. The Nile, however, had other plans. A devastating flood in 1878 threatened the burgeoning collection. The artifacts were meticulously moved to safety, but the event underscored the need for a more secure and permanent home. The pioneers, early curators, and their contributions. The museum found its current home in 1902 in a majestic edifice in Cairo's Tahrir Square. Designed by the French architect Marcel Dornion, the building itself is an impressive blend of neoclassical and ancient Egyptian styles. Its grand staircase and spacious halls provided an appropriate setting for the treasures within. Gaston Maspero, an eminent Egyptologist, succeeded Mariette as the museum's director. Maspero's tenure marked a period of significant expansion and scholarly rigor. He reorganized the collection, implemented modern museological practices, and published extensively on Egyptian history and culture. Another prominent figure was Howard Carter, whose discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922 catapulted the museum into the global spotlight. The subsequent arrival of Tutankhamun's treasures, including the iconic golden mask, drew crowds from around the world. Housing treasures, the museum's architectural evolution. The museum's layout, with its 2 floors, reflects a chronological and thematic organization. The ground floor houses heavier objects, including colossal statues, sarcophagi, and monumental pieces from various periods of Egyptian history. One can encounter imposing figures of pharaohs and deities. Upstairs, the focus shifts to smaller, more delicate artifacts. Rooms are dedicated to specific periods, such as the Old, Middle, and New Kingdoms, providing a comprehensive overview of Egypt's artistic and cultural evolution. Jewelry, pottery, papyri, and funerary objects offer intimate glimpses into the lives of ancient Egyptians. Over the decades, the museum has undergone expansions and renovations to accommodate its ever-growing collection. New wings and galleries have been added, and modern display techniques have been implemented to enhance the visitor experience. The Boy King's legacy, Tutankhamun's treasures unveiled. Among the museum's vast holdings, Tutankhamun's treasures occupy a place of unparalleled prominence. Discovered in 1922 by Howard Carter, the nearly intact tomb of the young pharaoh yielded a wealth of artifacts that captivated the world. The discovery provided an unprecedented glimpse into the opulence and artistry of ancient Egypt. At the heart of this collection lies Tutankhamun's golden mask, a masterpiece of funerary art. Crafted from solid gold and inlaid with semi-precious stones, the mask is a breathtaking example of ancient craftsmanship. Its serene expression and idealized features embody the youthful king's eternal afterlife. The mask, however, is but one of many treasures recovered from Tutankhamun's tomb. The museum houses a vast array of objects, including gilded chariots, ornate furniture, alabaster vessels, and a dazzling array of jewelry. Tutankhamun's tomb contained over 5,000 artifacts, each meticulously crafted and imbued with symbolic meaning. The chariots, for example, were not merely modes of transportation, but represented the king's power and divine status. The furniture, adorned with intricate carvings and inlays, served both practical and ritualistic purposes. The alabaster vessels, some shaped like animals or mythical creatures, held precious unguents and perfumes, essential for the king's journey to the afterlife. The jewelry, ranging from delicate necklaces to elaborate pectorals, showcased the skill of ancient Egyptian goldsmiths and reflected the king's status and wealth. The sheer quantity and quality of the artifacts from Tutankhamun's tomb provide an unparalleled understanding of the funerary practices, religious beliefs, and artistic achievements of ancient Egypt. The collection continues to captivate and inspire awe in visitors from around the world. Beyond Tutankhamun's treasures, the Egyptian Museum offers a comprehensive journey through millennia of Egyptian history. From the pre-dynastic period to the Greco-Roman era, the museum's collection spans over 5,000 years of civilization. Each artifact, whether a monumental statue or a humble amulet, provides a window into the past. The Old Kingdom, known for its pyramid building, is represented by colossal statues of pharaohs such as Djoser, Khufu, and Khafra. The Middle Kingdom, a period of political and cultural resurgence, is showcased through intricate jewelry, elegant sculptures, and finely crafted models of daily life. The New Kingdom, marked by imperial expansion and artistic innovation, is richly represented by objects from the reigns of powerful pharaohs like Hatshepsut, Thutmose III, and Ramesses II. The museum also houses artifacts from later periods, including the Ptolemaic and Roman eras, reflecting the enduring legacy of ancient Egypt. Within the museum's walls, countless stories unfold, each object whispering tales of a bygone era. The Nama palette, for example, a ceremonial object dating back to the early dynastic period, depicts the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt, a pivotal event in Egyptian history. The museum also houses a vast collection of papyri, ancient scrolls containing a wealth of information about Egyptian literature, religion, medicine, and daily life. The Book of the Dead, a collection of funerary texts, provides insights into Egyptian beliefs about the afterlife. Beyond the iconic artifacts, the museum holds countless hidden gems, each with its own story to tell. A small amulet worn for protection, a child's toy, a scribe's palette. These everyday objects offer intimate glimpses into the lives of ancient Egyptians. The Egyptian Museum serves not only as a repository of artifacts, but also as a centre for research and conservation. A team of dedicated curators, archaeologists and conservators work tirelessly to preserve and study the collection, ensuring that future generations can appreciate the wonders of ancient Egypt. The museum's conservation laboratories are equipped with state-of-the-art technology, allowing experts to restore and preserve delicate objects. Researchers from around the world come to study the museum's collection, contributing to our understanding of Egyptian history, culture, and art. The museum also plays a vital role in combating the illicit trafficking of antiquities. By raising awareness and collaborating with international organizations, the museum strives to protect Egypt's cultural heritage from looting and destruction. The Egyptian Museum in Cairo stands as a testament to one of the world's most enduring civilizations. Its vast and diverse collection, spanning millennia of history, continues to captivate and inspire awe in visitors from around the globe. From the iconic golden mask of Tutankhamun to the everyday objects of ordinary Egyptians, the museum offers a window into a world both familiar and extraordinary. As a centre for research, conservation and education, the museum plays a vital role in preserving Egypt's cultural heritage for future generations. Its mission extends beyond its walls, fostering a deeper appreciation for the achievements of ancient Egypt and inspiring a sense of wonder at the ingenuity, creativity, and resilience of the human spirit. Let's travel back in time to meet the Nabataeans, a fascinating ancient civilization. They were an ancient people who lived in the deserts of the Middle East, thriving in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Imagine them becoming a powerful force between the 4th and 2nd centuries BC, known for their amazing trading skills and strategic acumen. They were like the experts of their time, controlling important trade routes that connected Arabia, Egypt, and the Mediterranean, facilitating the exchange of goods and culture. Think of the valuable goods they transported: spices, incense and myrrh, items that were highly sought after and essential for various rituals and daily life. These goods were super popular in the ancient world, making the Nabataeans incredibly influential and wealthy. This trade made them very wealthy, allowing them to build impressive cities and monuments, the most famous being Petra, carved into the cliffs. The Nabataeans were also skilled negotiators, adept at keeping peace with different empires and ensuring the safety of their trade routes. This made them important players in the region's trade, acting as intermediaries between various cultures and economies. Even today, historians and archaeologists are fascinated by their legacy as desert traders, uncovering new insights into their sophisticated society and enduring influence. The beginnings of the Nabataeans are still a bit of a mystery. Their early history is shrouded in the sands of time, leaving much to the imagination and the diligent work of archaeologists. Scholars, who are like history detectives, believe they were a nomadic Arab people who journeyed from the Arabian Peninsula around the 6th century BC. These scholars piece together clues from ancient texts and artifacts to form a picture of the Nabataeans' early days. They settled in what we now know as Jordan, southern Syria, and northwestern Saudi Arabia. This region, with its rugged terrain and strategic location, became the heart of their civilization. Living in this tough desert environment shaped their culture, making them experts at saving water. The harsh conditions of the desert demanded ingenuity and resilience, qualities that the Nabataeans possessed in abundance. They came up with clever ways to collect and store water, which helped them thrive in this unforgiving landscape. Their advanced water management systems, including cisterns and rock-cut channels, were marvels of engineering. The name Nabataean might come from the Arabic word nabat, meaning to spring up or grow, which makes sense considering how they flourished in a dry environment. Their ability to adapt and grow in such a harsh climate is a testament to their resourcefulness. The Nabataeans left behind a rich cultural legacy, and their impact on the region is still visible today. From the majestic ruins of Petra to the ancient inscriptions that tell their story, the Nabataeans continue to captivate our imagination and inspire awe. The Nabataeans were known for their advanced and fair society. Unlike many ancient civilizations, they didn't believe in slavery. They believed in working together and sharing responsibility, valuing equality and fairness. The Nabataeans were ruled by a royal family, but their system wasn't like a monarchy where the king has absolute power. The king had advisors and a council to give him advice, which suggests a kind of democracy in their government. This focus on justice and collaboration made them successful, creating a strong sense of community. It helped them manage their trade networks and maintain stability for centuries. Their societal structure shows us their progressive values. The Nabataeans believed in many gods and goddesses, often connected to nature. They respected the power of the sun, mountains and water. Dushara, the god of the mountains, was their main god, and they also worshipped Alat, a goddess of fertility and prosperity. The Nabataeans included elements of other cultures in their religious practices, reflecting their interactions with different civilizations through trade. They considered certain places sacred, building impressive temples and high places for worship. These structures, often carved directly into sandstone cliffs, show off their amazing architectural skills. Their religious beliefs played a big part in their culture and art. The Nabataean kingdom was in a very strategic location, nestled in the heart of the ancient world. They lived in a region that is now Jordan, southern Syria, and parts of Saudi Arabia, a vast and diverse landscape that offered both challenges and opportunities. Their territory included important trade routes, which were the lifeblood of their economy and culture. These routes crossed the Arabian Peninsula and connected to the Mediterranean Sea, facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas and cultures. This strategic location was really important for their economic success, allowing them to become a central hub in the ancient world. It allowed them to control the flow of goods between the East and the West, making them indispensable to traders and merchants. The Nabataeans were skilled diplomats, adept at negotiating and maintaining alliances. They maintained peaceful relationships with their neighbours, ensuring stability and prosperity within their borders. This allowed them to focus on trade and development, building a robust economy and sophisticated infrastructure. They built a network of impressive cities, with Petra being the crown jewel, showcasing their architectural prowess. These cities thrived as centres of commerce and culture, attracting people from all over the ancient world. Their ability to thrive in a challenging environment is a testament to their adaptability and ingenuity, leaving a legacy that continues to inspire to this day. The Nabataeans were masters of trade. They dominated the lucrative incense route. This route brought frankincense, myrrh and spices from southern Arabia to the Mediterranean. These commodities were highly prized in the ancient world. They were used in religious ceremonies, perfumes and medicines. The Nabataeans transported these goods across vast deserts using camel caravans. Their knowledge of the desert and its oases was unparalleled. They developed sophisticated systems for navigation and water conservation. This allowed them to cross vast distances and endure harsh conditions. Their control of the incense route brought them immense wealth and influence. They became key players in the ancient world's economy. The Nabataeans are perhaps best known for their capital city, Petra. This magnificent city, located in Jordan, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Petra is renowned for its awe-inspiring rock-cut architecture. The city is carved directly into towering sandstone cliffs. The most iconic structure in Petra is the treasury. This elaborate facade, carved into the cliff face, is a testament to the Nabataeans' architectural genius. It served as a royal tomb. Petra was more than just a city. It was a symbol of Nabataean wealth and power. It showcased their mastery of engineering and art. The Nabataeans lived in a complex geopolitical landscape. They interacted with powerful empires like the Ptolemies of Egypt and the Seleucids of Syria. The Nabataeans were skilled diplomats. They formed alliances and negotiated their independence. They successfully defended their territory against invasions. They demonstrated their military prowess. In 106 AD, the Roman Empire annexed the Nabataean kingdom. Petra became part of the Roman province of Arabia Petrea. Despite Roman rule, the Nabataeans' cultural influence persisted. Their architectural style continued to flourish. The Nabataean kingdom may have fallen to the Romans. However, their legacy continues to resonate today. Their impressive architectural achievements, particularly Petra, continue to inspire awe and wonder. Their innovative water management systems are still studied by modern engineers. The Nabataeans made significant contributions to art, language, and culture. They developed a distinctive script. This script influenced the development of the Arabic alphabet. Their artistic motifs, blending Eastern and Western influences, reflect their cosmopolitan nature. The Nabataeans were a remarkable civilization. They thrived in a challenging environment. They built a prosperous kingdom on trade and innovation. Their story is a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. Their legacy continues to enrich our understanding of the ancient world. Few figures in history command the awe and intrigue of Alexander the Great. His name echoes through the annals of time, a symbol of unparalleled ambition and military genius. This Macedonian king, born in 356 BC, conquered vast swathes of the ancient world, creating an empire that stretched from Greece to Egypt and into the heart of Asia. His campaigns were marked by strategic brilliance and relentless determination, leaving an indelible mark on the course of Western civilization. His influence extended beyond the battlefield, shaping the cultural and intellectual landscape of the regions he conquered. Yet the final resting place of this legendary conqueror remains one of history's most enduring mysteries. Despite numerous accounts and theories, the exact location of Alexander's tomb has eluded discovery for over 2 millennia. The search for Alexander's tomb has captivated historians, archaeologists and treasure hunters for centuries, each driven by the hope of uncovering one of the greatest archaeological finds of all time, fueled by tantalizing clues and a profound desire to uncover the secrets buried within. Ancient texts and historical records provide hints, but none have led to a definitive discovery. The significance of finding Alexander's tomb extends far beyond the recovery of lost treasure or the confirmation of historical records. It represents a bridge to the past, a direct link to one of history's most influential figures. Within that lost mausoleum lies the potential to unlock a deeper understanding of Alexander himself, his beliefs, his ambitions, and his legacy. The artifacts and inscriptions within could provide unprecedented insights into his life and the era he dominated. The tomb's discovery would offer invaluable insights into the funerary practices, artistry, and cultural exchange of the Hellenistic period, a time when Alexander's conquests forged connections between East and West. In 323 BC, at the age of 32, Alexander the Great's triumphant reign was cut short in Babylon. The circumstances surrounding his death remain shrouded in mystery, with theories ranging from illness to poisoning. Some accounts describe a high fever, while others point to the possibility of assassination by rivals within his own ranks. Regardless of the cause, Alexander's death plunged his vast empire into chaos. Without a clear heir, his generals, known as the Diadochi, engaged in a bitter power struggle that would last for decades. Amidst this turmoil, the fate of Alexander's body became a matter of immediate concern. Tradition dictated that a king of Alexander's stature deserved a lavish burial and a magnificent tomb. However, the logistics of preserving and transporting his body presented a considerable challenge in the ancient world. The journey from Babylon to his Macedonian homeland was long and arduous, and the summer heat posed a significant risk of decomposition. One of Alexander's most trusted generals, Ptolemy the Vsoter, ultimately took possession of the king's body. Ptolemy, a man of great ambition and vision, saw in Alexander's remains not just the body of a fallen leader, but a powerful symbol that could cement his own authority and legacy. Ptolemy, who would later establish himself as the ruler of Egypt, initially transported Alexander's remains to Memphis, the ancient capital of Egypt. Memphis, a city steeped in history and tradition, was a fitting temporary resting place for the great conqueror. The journey to Memphis was a grand procession, reflecting the reverence and respect Alexander commanded even in death. There, Alexander was embalmed by Egyptian priests, masters of the art of preserving the dead. The embalming process was intricate and sacred, involving rituals and techniques perfected over millennia. The priests, with their deep knowledge of mummification, ensured that Alexander's body would be preserved for eternity, a testament to his enduring legacy. Memphis, however, was not intended to be Alexander's final resting place. Ptolemy had grander plans, envisioning a tomb that would reflect the greatness of Alexander and serve as a symbol of his own rule. The discussions and planning for this monumental task were extensive, involving architects, artisans, and scholars. Ptolemy envisioned a grander tomb for his former king and comrade, a monument that would not only honor Alexander, but also legitimize Ptolemy's own claim to power and his vision for a new Hellenistic dynasty in Egypt. The construction of this tomb was a massive undertaking, requiring resources and labor on an unprecedented scale. It was a project that would take years to complete, but Ptolemy was determined to see it through. Thus began the construction of a magnificent tomb in Alexandria, the vibrant cosmopolitan city Ptolemy founded on the shores of the Mediterranean. Alexandria, with its strategic location and cultural significance, was the perfect site for Alexander's final resting place. The city itself was a testament to Ptolemy's vision, a melting pot of cultures and ideas, reflecting the Hellenistic ideals of knowledge and progress. The exact location and design of this tomb remain a subject of debate, but historical accounts describe a structure of remarkable grandeur, adorned with precious materials and guarded by a contingent of soldiers. The tomb was not just a burial site, but a monument to Alexander's achievements and Ptolemy's aspirations. It was a place where the past and future converged, a symbol of continuity and change. Alexander's tomb in Alexandria quickly became a site of pilgrimage and veneration. People from all walks of life, from scholars to soldiers, made the journey to pay their respects. The tomb became a focal point for the Hellenistic world, a place where people could connect with the legacy of Alexander and the new era Ptolemy was ushering in. People from across the Hellenistic world flocked to pay their respects to the fallen conqueror, transforming his tomb into a symbol of Alexander's enduring legacy and Ptolemy's burgeoning power. The tomb was more than just a final resting place. It was a beacon of hope and inspiration, a reminder of the greatness that could be achieved through vision and determination. Alexander's journey did not end with his death. It continued through the lives and aspirations of those who came after him, forever etched in the annals of history. Despite its initial prominence, Alexander's tomb in Alexandria seemingly vanished from the historical record. This disappearance has puzzled historians and archaeologists for centuries, sparking numerous quests and expeditions to uncover its secrets. The tomb, once a symbol of Alexander the Great's unparalleled legacy, now exists only in the annals of history and the imaginations of those who seek it. While ancient writers provided detailed descriptions of the tomb's splendor and the rituals performed there, concrete information about its precise location and ultimate fate remains elusive. These descriptions paint a picture of a grand mausoleum adorned with precious metals and intricate carvings, a fitting tribute to one of history's most legendary figures. Yet, despite these vivid accounts, the physical evidence of the tomb's existence has remained frustratingly out of reach. Over the centuries, numerous theories have been proposed to explain the tomb's disappearance. Scholars have pored over ancient texts, debated the reliability of historical accounts, and examined every clue with meticulous care. Some suggest that the tomb was hidden deliberately to protect it from grave robbers, while others believe it was simply forgotten as the city of Alexandria evolved and expanded. Some historians believe that the tomb was destroyed during periods of unrest and upheaval that plagued Alexandria throughout its history. The city, a melting pot of cultures and a hub of trade, was no stranger to conflict. Riots, invasions, and political turmoil could have easily led to the tomb's destruction, its treasures looted, and its structure reduced to rubble. Earthquakes, fires, and the destructive fury of various conquerors all left their mark on the city, potentially obliterating Alexander's tomb in the process. Natural disasters, such as the devastating earthquake of 365 AD, reshaped the landscape of Alexandria, toppling buildings and altering the course of history. Fires, too, ravaged the city, consuming everything in their path, including perhaps the final resting place of Alexander the Great. Another theory suggests that the tomb might have been lost more gradually, swallowed by the shifting sands of time. As centuries passed, the once majestic structure could have been buried beneath layers of sand and debris, hidden from view and forgotten by the world. Nature, relentless and unyielding, has a way of reclaiming what was once hers, erasing the marks of human achievement. Alexandria's coastline is known to have shifted over the centuries, with portions of the ancient city now submerged beneath the waters of the Mediterranean Sea. The relentless advance of the sea, combined with the gradual erosion of the coastline, has transformed the landscape dramatically. Entire sections of the city, once bustling with life, now lie beneath the waves, silent witnesses to a bygone era. It is possible that Alexander's tomb, or at least parts of it, met a similar fate, buried beneath layers of sediment and lost to the encroaching sea. Underwater, archaeological explorations have uncovered remnants of ancient Alexandria, offering tantalizing glimpses into the past. Yet the tomb of Alexander the Great remains elusive, a mystery waiting to be unraveled by future generations of explorers and historians. France in the late 18th century was a nation ablaze with revolution and ambition. The streets of Paris echoed with the cries of liberty, equality and fraternity as the old order was dismantled and a new era began to take shape. The French Revolution had reshaped the political landscape, toppling monarchies and challenging the very foundations of European society. It was a time of great upheaval and even greater possibilities. Amidst this chaos, a young general named Napoleon Bonaparte was rising to prominence. His military prowess and strategic genius were quickly becoming the stuff of legend. His eyes were set on glory, and his gaze fell upon the ancient land of Egypt. To him, Egypt was not just a distant land, but a gateway to immortality.
Egypt, once a cradle of civilization, is now a strategic prize. Its location at the crossroads of Africa and Asia made it a key to controlling trade routes and exerting influence over the region. It holds the promise of disrupting British trade routes to India and expanding French influence. Control over Egypt could shift the balance of power in Europe.
Napoleon, however, saw beyond the geopolitical chessboard. He was not just a soldier, he was a visionary. He was captivated by the stories of Egypt's glorious past. The land of the pharaohs, with its pyramids and ancient mysteries, called to him like a siren song. The pharaohs, the pyramids, the mysteries of a lost civilization. These ignited a fire in his imagination. He dreamed of uncovering the secrets that had been buried for millennia.
Not just as a conqueror, but as a patron of knowledge, a beacon of enlightenment in a world shrouded in darkness. Uncovering the secrets buried beneath the sands. The treasures of Egypt were not just gold and jewels, but the wisdom of an ancient civilization.
In 1798, Napoleon embarked on his Egyptian expedition. It was a bold and audacious move, one that would test his leadership and vision. He carried with him not just the might of the French army, but the hopes and dreams of a nation, but also a contingent of scholars, scientists and artists. This was no ordinary military campaign. It was a quest for knowledge. This was a dual mission, to conquer Egypt and to unravel its ancient mysteries. The expedition was as much about discovery as it was about domination.
The expedition resonates with the spirit of the Enlightenment. It was a time when reason and science were seen as the keys to unlocking the mysteries of the world. Europe is in the throes of intellectual curiosity, eager to rediscover its classical past. The scholars who accompanied Napoleon were driven by a thirst for knowledge, eager to rediscover its classical past. They sought to bring the light of understanding to the dark corners of history. Egypt, with its ancient civilization and enigmatic monuments, holds an irresistible allure. It was a land of wonder and mystery, waiting to be explored.
The expedition was a testament to Napoleon's belief in the power of knowledge, even as he waged war. He saw himself as a bridge between the past and the future, even as he waged war. The battles fought in the sands of Egypt were not just for territory, but for the soul of a civilization. He saw the conquest of Egypt not just as a military objective, but as an opportunity to advance human understanding. It was a chance to rewrite history. Little did he know that his expedition would spark a global fascination with ancient Egypt, igniting a passion that would span centuries, giving birth to the field of Egyptology. Scholars from around the world would flock to Egypt, drawn by the allure of its ancient secrets, and forever changing our understanding of this ancient civilization. The legacy of Napoleon's Egyptian expedition is one of discovery, knowledge, and an unending quest for the truth. Napoleon's armada set sail from Toulon harbour, its destination the shores of Egypt. This ambitious expedition was not just a military endeavour, but a grand vision of conquest and enlightenment. The ships were laden not only with soldiers and weaponry, but also with scientific instruments, books and art supplies. Napoleon envisioned a new era of discovery, where the might of the French military would be complemented by the intellectual prowess of its scholars. The French troops landed in Alexandria in July 1798, quickly overwhelming the city's defences. The initial success was a testament to the meticulous planning and sheer force of Napoleon's army.
Promising to free the Egyptians from Ottoman rule, my words were meant to inspire and win the hearts of the local population, portraying the French as their saviors.
His words, however, rang hollow as the French army advanced southwards, leaving behind a trail of destruction. Villages were razed and the local populace suffered under the harsh realities of war. The Battle of the Pyramids, fought on the outskirts of Cairo, was a testament to French military might. The sight of the ancient pyramids standing witness to the clash of modern armies was both awe-inspiring and tragic. The Mamluk cavalry, though renowned for their prowess, was no match for the disciplined volleys of the French infantry. The battle showcased the superiority of French tactics and the devastating effectiveness of their firepower. Cairo fell into French hands, and with it, control of the Nile Delta. This strategic victory allowed the French to establish a foothold in Egypt, but it also marked the beginning of a prolonged and arduous campaign. But the conquest was far from over. The French faced continuous resistance from local forces and the looming threat of foreign intervention. The British Navy, sensing a threat to their interests in the region, engaged the French fleet at the Battle of the Nile. This confrontation would prove to be a pivotal moment in the campaign. The French, caught unawares in Aboukir Bay, suffered a crushing defeat. The loss of their fleet was a devastating blow, isolating Napoleon's forces in a hostile land. This naval disaster effectively stranded Napoleon's army in Egypt, cutting off their supply lines and reinforcements. The French soldiers, now isolated, had to rely on their resourcefulness and resilience to survive. The siege of Acre, however, proved to be a turning point. The Ottoman defenders, backed by British naval support, repelled repeated French assaults. The fortifications of Acre stood strong against the relentless French attacks. Napoleon, facing mounting casualties and news of unrest back in France, was forced to abandon the siege. The dream of a swift and glorious conquest was slipping away. His dreams of conquering the East lay shattered. The once ambitious campaign had turned into a struggle for survival and a race against time. His Egyptian adventure, though ultimately a military failure, had planted the seeds for something far greater, a renaissance in the study of ancient Egypt. The scholars who accompanied the expedition made groundbreaking discoveries, uncovering the mysteries of a civilization long forgotten. Among these discoveries was the Rosetta Stone, a key to unlocking the secrets of Egyptian hieroglyphics. This artifact would become one of the most important tools in the study of ancient languages and cultures. The work of these scholars culminated in the monumental Description de l'Égypte, a comprehensive record of the expedition's findings. This publication would inspire generations of historians, archaeologists, and Egyptologists. Today, the legacy of Napoleon's Egyptian campaign lives on in the continued fascination with ancient Egypt. The treasures uncovered and the knowledge gained have left an indelible mark on our understanding of history. Napoleon's invasion of Egypt, though driven by imperial ambitions, also marked the beginning of a new era of intellectual exploration. This campaign was not just about territorial conquest, it was also about the conquest of knowledge. Alongside his soldiers, Napoleon brought with him a carefully selected group of over 160 scholars, scientists, artists, and engineers. These individuals were not mere observers. They were active participants in a grand experiment to uncover the secrets of an ancient civilization. This group, known as the Commission of the Sciences and Arts of Egypt, was tasked with a unique mission to systematically study and document the ancient civilization they were conquering. Their work would go on to influence generations of historians, archaeologists, and scholars, meticulously recording their observations of ancient monuments, deciphering hieroglyphs, and studying local customs. Their efforts were not limited to grand temples and pyramids. They also documented everyday life, providing a comprehensive picture of Egyptian society. Their work, conducted amidst the chaos of war, laid the foundation for our modern understanding of ancient Egypt. Despite the constant threat of conflict, these scholars remained focused on their mission, driven by a passion for discovery. For the first time, Europe was getting a glimpse of Egypt not through the distorted lens of myth and legend, but through the objective eyes of science. This shift in perspective was revolutionary, challenging long-held beliefs and sparking a new era of Egyptology. These scholars, driven by a thirst for knowledge, braved the scorching desert heat, the threat of disease, and the constant dangers of war. Their resilience and dedication were remarkable as they navigated both the physical and intellectual challenges of their work. Their dedication to their task, even as battles raged around them, stands as a testament to the enduring power of human curiosity. They were not deterred by the chaos around them. Instead, they used it as a backdrop for their groundbreaking research.